Welcome to the debate. 13 points on 4 of 14 shooting. Just a complete collapse. In May, Caitlin Clark dropped 22 on the Golden State Valkyries and looked completely unstoppable. Now, she is shooting a dismal 1 for 8 from deep. So we have to ask, did the brightest young star in the league just forget how to shoot and hit a mechanical wall, or did the Indiana Fever coaching staff walk her into a tactical buzzsaw? I have been rolling back the tape all morning, and her individual decision-making is the primary driver here.
Yeah, well, I totally disagree. It is entirely structural. I mean, Indiana is failing to adapt to Golden State's defensive scheme.
But when you actually watch the film from Wednesday, the visual evidence is brutal. She is missing standard rhythm shots. She is forcing passes into non-existent windows.
Hold on, right there.
No, let me finish. How do you blame coaching when the star player is just forcing terrible decisions and blowing wide open looks?
I am sorry, but are we watching the same game tape? Because she is missing those shots for a reason. Golden State isn't just guarding her closely, they are systematically blowing up the Fever's offensive geometry.
They are applying pressure, sure.
Let me give you a raw number that explains exactly what is happening. On 17 different possessions this week, Golden State sent 2 defenders at Clark before she even took a single step inside the three-point arc. 17 times. They are completely abandoning the weak side. When she comes off a screen, they aren't switching. They are just instantly blitzing her, cutting off the passing angles, and making her pick up her dribble. The mechanics break down because the structure around her has already failed.
I hear you on the blitzing, but look at the start of the fourth quarter. The Valkyries go on an 11-5 run. You can see the exact moment the Fever's offense just stagnates.
Because they have no options.
Well, Gabby Williams and Veronica Burton are applying intense perimeter pressure, yes. But Clark and the rest of the Fever just allowed themselves to get pushed into these stagnant perimeter-only sets. They settled. And when you settle for deep, contested looks instead of driving and kicking, you generate 0 second chance points. Elite players have to execute through pressure.
She is settling because she literally has no other choice. If you look at the Indiana bench during that run, it is a glaring coaching failure. They are stubbornly isolating their stars in high-switch scenarios.
Which puts a ton of strain on her, I will give you that.
It is a structural death knell. They are deliberately letting Golden State bring their biggest, most agile defenders right up to the three-point line to guard Clark one-on-one. And they are doing this against a defense that allows the fewest points in the entire league. They are literally walking their players straight into a trap.
Sure, isolating against the top defense is a highly questionable strategy.
Questionable, it is terrible. In this league, if your pick-and-roll spacing is off by just 2 feet, a shooting lane instantly becomes a turnover. Indiana's coaching staff hasn't drilled proper weak side rotations at all. That is why bench players like Caitlin Shen are feasting on wide-open mid-range looks on the other end. The Fever aren't losing to a better roster, they are losing to a tactical blueprint they completely refuse to adjust to.
Right, the defensive rotations are awful. I completely acknowledge those coaching flaws. But I just don't buy that as the primary excuse for Clark's performance. Elite players have to navigate complex defensive geometry without turning the ball over.
Not when the geometry is completely broken.
Yes, even then, you can have a bad play call. But if you execute an off-balance pass that triggers a transition bucket for Golden State,